good evening, good evening, everyone, everybody. We are When Life Talk. This is your girl, Crystal.
Hey, your boy Joe Mack coming to you live from the Gridiron Wednesday, episode 3. We're getting ready to talk to
Episode
you,
3.
getting ready to bring it. You know how we do, you know how it is. We're going to open doors that many don't like to open. We're going to talk about the topics that many don't like to talk about.
hmm
Once again, like I say, we're not subject matter experts, we're life experts. We just here to dibble and dabble and let you know how we feel on certain perspectives.
That's it. That's all. So today we're gonna talk about you are what you attract. So come in, everybody, join in on the conversation. Let's debate. Bring your rebuttal. Let's get into it. You are what you attract. And when I say that you are what you attract, it's like everything you attract on the outside is a reflection of what's on the inside. So basically, if you done came from a broken relationship, you done had childhood trauma, you done had all this stuff built up and you didn't heal from it and you didn't try to practice self-care or none of that to kind of bring you back to self where you can be compatible and loving and all that good stuff for the right person. If you don't do that, you a broken person who gonna attract another broken person. And now y'all just two broken people together trying to make something work that's not. So that's where I come from. Where I come in as when I say you attract what you are because that's exactly what it is. Two broken people finding each other. So what's your take?
Hey, you hit the nail on the head. Man, it's a saying, broke people hurt people,
Mm-hmm.
or broke people don't know how to love. So you're right. You have to heal yourself. To me, you got to heal yourself before you can even get that love to first off to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then before you can give it to someone else.
Exactly.
And a lot of times people they get down on themselves and they're not necessarily the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, like you say, the problem could have been something that happened to them. The problem could have been something that happened from your childhood to your teenage years to your middle adult to your adult years, and you never heal from it. And
Mm-hmm.
you do have a lot of people that hold stuff in. I don't think people know how to really release and be true to themselves.
Right.
It's that self accountability. You got to look yourself in the mirror, and you have to be happy with the image that you're displaying.
Mm-hmm.
Not a made up image, not an image someone else is putting on, not something you done heard. You got to be true to yourself. To me, it starts with self. Self love is the best love before you can give love to anybody else. And like I say, I'm not Dr. Love. I'm me. Uh, Life experiences, relationship experiences, walking through this walk of life. It starts with you. And I think if people start putting themselves first, and then it don't matter how old you is. Well, I tried this with this person, it didn't work. I tried that with this person, it didn't work. I tried this, it worked, then it didn't work.
Right.
Self accountability,
Mm-hmm.
find who you are,
Right.
understand the image you're portraying and what it's going to attract. So, and it's easy to say, well, a lot of times, you get on social media, I want the six figure for females. I want 6 figure, 6 foot male, uh, athletic. I've heard people say that pool is zero to none, few far in between. So what you do, you start limiting yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or we're gonna keep it real like we do on this show. You have the bar set here, and all you bringing is the low end of the spectrum.
Oh yeah. Kevin Samuel spoke on that and a lot of people despise that man, but he spoke on it.
So you out here looking for Bill Gates Jr. and you the $20,000 queen or the $20,000 king looking for the next $100,000 woman, and it's not going to work because you have to understand you
Mm-hmm.
and your lifestyle and all that's encompassed in one.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you do want to set your bar to a standard. And I think most people don't understand their standard.
Mm-hmm.
You can go, yes, you can raise and go a little bit above, but don't put yourself to a standard and hold yourself to a standard where it's not attainable. And I think that's where we are, going back to the topic. You are what you attract. Because if you put your image out one way, somebody's going to tag along, or someone is going to like what they see,
Mm-hmm.
what he or she may see. Then you got the moment of them finding out the real you.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't add up, it's definitely going to cause problems.
Yeah, it's gonna be some head bumping. It's gonna it's gonna be this.
So I think, it goes back to episode 1. It goes back to episode 2. That communication, that understanding, and like I say, most folks say they in love, but have you really been in love? Do you know how to give love? Do you know how to receive love?
Yeah, and everybody' definition of love is different.
You got the ones that's all materialistic. Materialistic things is not love. It's a temporary moment of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be pure. It has to come from the heart.
Exactly.
And I think that's where people get it misconstrued. I think that's where the dating pool get a little watered down. I think that's where relationships get watered down. I just think people place themselves, and some may have great intention, but be true to yourself. Don't be out here, well, I'm this and I'm that. Lower it down just a little bit to understand you and understand the image that you're portraying.
Right. Yeah, you gotta understand yourself. You gotta do a self-examination. You gotta be able to look yourself in the mirror and say, who am I? Am I a healed person? I'm not coming into something new that's where I'm bringing a broken self. I'm coming in whole, ready to love, ready for somebody to love me. So you gotta create a better version of you. And sometimes that's hard because sometimes people don't like to look in the mirror. That mirror scares them because they know if they stand in that mirror, baby, they gotta be able to say, "Ooh, I gotta call a thing, and this is what it is, and how can I fix it?" What Miss Keisha say?
A lot of us haven't been shown what love truly is, and it starts at home, but that's not always the case.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes you don't get that "I love you" from parents. Like for women, our fathers is our first love. For males, their mother is their first love. So if you get those parents who don't know how to show love, they never tell you they love you, or if they do it is less to none, or they don't hold you, they don't give you that nurturing spirit. Then how you gonna know to give it to the next person? You ain't. You gonna give what you was given, and sometimes that's a generational curse from, oh well, my mom. My mama didn't tell me she loved me, and everybody. Yeah, it comes with action too. But you get some people who love language is different. They need to hear it.
I totally agree, because I mean, even with me, like I say, my dad wasn't always around. I mean, I learned from a lot of folks, uh, and you're right. As for me personally, yes, you're right. My mom was my heart.
Hmm.
It was me and her for a long time. So my little brother and sister came along. Even with my kids, I tell my kids I love them. I mean, my son, I got one. My son is 20. Uh, my youngest is 15. Then my daughter is 13. So I tell them, I love you. So because you never know, that may be your last time telling them. You never know how they interpret it. You say you need to go out and tell them, show that affection. A lot of us was raised, how we was. We was raised, we knew love, but it was kind of that tough love.
Yeah.
And you come from some folks didn't really have that affectionate way of showing it. And like I said before, moms and grandmas they was always going to give you that nurturing that we care, we love you feel. But you
Mm-hmm.
know, some of our dads old school, you know, they had their ways, and even our granddads, you know, they had their ways, but they love you. They just was that stern figure in your life.
Yeah.
Even the OG used to be on the block, the old heads, you know, they had love for you because they weren't gonna let you do no harm to yourself, but they had a way of showing you, hey, this what it is, this what life about.
Yeah. That's so true.
As Thomas say, it's crazy. I've always had this image of what I think love should be, and growing up, it wasn't shown. That's so it's hard for me, but I'm learning day by day. Hey,
Yep. All you can do is learn, day by day. When you figure out yourself and truly who you are as a person and what you're capable of giving, then that's all. That's it. That's all. That's all you can do. It just move forward and learning how to love and how to accept love. Because some people don't even know how to accept it. So that's all you can continue to do, Miss Keisha. Just love yourself, loving yourself, self-care, um, your mindset. Focus on the now, not the future. Focus on the now.
hey, and one thing to add to that, every day is a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
You never stop learning. The day you stop learning is the day you lose.
Exactly. Gonna learn to the day you die.
You're supposed to learn every day, and go into your point where it say you. I think every, and like I say, I'm not a subject matter expert. I think every female always had the image, and you hear it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
of the knight in shining armor. You know, we used to hear that fairy tale a lot. The knight in shining armor, he gonna ride in on this white horse. I'm gonna have this big old house with the picket fence.
Mm-hmm.
Same with his males. You know, you want to find that one that you can settle down with. You build this lifestyle, and y'all are happy, and everything is hunker dory, peaches and cream, whatever verbiage you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, every day is not going to be a good day.
It's not.
It's it's how you maneuver through the day. It's how you maneuver through the relationship. It's how you maneuver through your conversation. It's how you maneuver through you loving that person. Love is not built over. It's not built in one day, as they say. Rome wasn't built overnight. Love is not built overnight. I think it takes two individuals really working with each other, really understanding each other, and distributing it. And sometimes your love can't be distributed equally, but you have to work to that platform to understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Even you got children. Now that right there, to me, the love that you give your kids should be 100%. I'm giving you my love. I'm giving you my affection. Now, on the flip side, I'm going to give you tough love too.
Right.
Because I want you to understand, once you go outside my household, this is what should be expected. And everybody's not going to give you the same love and same treatment and same respect. But I need to show you at home. I need to give it to you so you know what it should feel like being received back.
Right. Exactly. And there's some people that go out looking for people that's like their parents. You be like, oh, he's just like my sibling. Man, he remind me just like my brother, or she remind me just like my sister. Because sometimes they had a lost feeling that they searching for the love that they mama gave, supposed to give. Sometimes they be searching for that in their spouse. I can't give you the love that your mama was supposed to give you, because that's a different kind of love. I can give you the love that as a spouse, as a girlfriend, or significant other or partner, I can give you that kind of love. But that goes back to brokenness.
Mm-hmm. It's a two-way street with it. So, like you said, the topic is, do you attract what you are?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna stay on course, but I'm gonna ask this question.
Okay.
You've been a female. You've been a wife. You've been a mother. Social media has people displaying images. That's them, but are they displaying too much? I.e., do should a woman display everything on social media, because like you say, if you flaunting it, where's the hidden value in it? If
Right.
you showing everything you possess, that means from head to toe on social media, and ladies, hear me clearly. If you got it, God bless you with it. Hey, salute. But to me, you don't have to show everything, because the more you show, the more you show, the less the chase gonna be.
And a different kind of attraction you're gonna attract. You're gonna attract the wrong type of person. You're gonna attract that person, let me hit person. That person is gonna be is gonna fantasize over that outer shell. They're not gonna want to get to know what's in your heart, because you done showed them everything they need to know. So basically, they didn't got the what is it? The cow without the milk, or the milk without the cow?
However whichever way you want to go with it.
So it's like you giving them that, or you can be the sweetest person, the most genuine, loving person, but by you showing, you giving people a different outlook. They're judging a book by the cover, basically, because that's the image what I'm saying, you portraying. So that's just showing that you coming from a broken place, and you yearning for something, and so therefore you searching for it on the wrong kind of platforms, and searching from within yourself, because everything a person is searching for, happiness, love, all that stuff begins with self. Anything somebody from the outside give you is always extra.
And here go another one. And this for males and female. Brothers, so hear me too. If you always posting a picture of yourself in the club, on the scene, and you never post a picture of you outside that environment, what you think you're gonna attract? That person already looking at you saying, "Oh, well, she for the streets, he for the streets." So I'm not. The effort is not going to be there. Back in the day, it used to be an effort. You used to work your way up to, okay, you got your eye on a person. Oh, okay, I think he attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You used to have a little bit of game. You had to have a little bit of game.
Right.
I don't even think. I think game is going on both parties, because it's the approach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You wasn't scared, but you had to build up that little bit of courage. You know what I'm saying? You just do a little goofy stuff. Go back to high school, go back to middle school. You do a little goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you let her know, or you let him know, there is a level of attraction there.
Right.
So, hey, I'm presenting myself, you present yourself, and then we go from there. Nowadays, and what they say, everything is microwavable,
Mm-hmm.
instant.
Instant.
We don't even know how to talk to each other. So if you can't have a decent conversation, do you think you're going to attract someone with a balanced conversation? No, he or she is going to look at the conversation and say, okay, well, let me just give you a little dibble and dabble. Let me see if you fall for it.
Right. And then too, when you attract what you are, and you meet somebody, and y'all do have somewhat of a conversation, you basically connecting off of both of y'all's traumatic experiences. So yeah, you might get a person, and y'all might last, a little time, because y'all both feeding off of each other's traumas. Y'all both feeding off of the way y'all feel about y'all, because y'all almost one and the same. Because how you know what I'm saying, you attracting what you are. So your affirmation is basically how you feeling on the inside. Man, I got low self-esteem. I don't think they gonna like me. I don't like my body. Because social media, big, thick, thick behind, boobs, slim waist, flat stomach.
Don't
But
let
you
social
got
media don't let social media fool you.
okay, so now, because every man don't like that, and every woman don't like,
Natural is still good.
yeah. So now you attracting a man he got low self-esteem too. He probably ain't gonna tell you unless y'all get real, real close. And then later on you'll figure out like, hey, I done got somebody like me now. We trying to fix each other. Hey, but you ain't even fix your own self.
Hey, and here go another one. I've seen this. You can't be a hermit and have a person that won't explore. It will not work.
Won't work.
If you want a hermit, you attract a hermit. Yeah, what you do.
Yep.
Don't be so stale and stubborn and set in your ways. Well, you get someone and you meet somebody and he or she has great energy, vibrant. Don't be that one that, oh, well, no, I don't want to go today. I don't eat that. I don't want to go here. No, I don't like to do that. I'm not saying you have to be all in, but have the grace to say, you know what, I'm willing to try this. Mm-hmm. And as you're trying it, don't give off those negative energies. At least act like you enjoying yourself. And then once it's over, once you're back home in a home setting, in a private setting where you and that person can talk, hey, that's my first time trying that. I was a little uptight at first. I'm easing into it. Maybe we can do it again. Don't just be so closed-minded and close the door and like, no, I don't want to do that no more. No, we ain't going there no more.
Yeah, you're gonna miss out on opportunities that you may even like. It might be new. Don't be afraid to, have different stuff introduced to you. Everybody's, so set in their ways that they're afraid to experience new. Like, I know people back where I'm from haven't even left the four walls of the city. Don't even
talk about it.
And greater, things in the world. And sometimes that's kind of blocking you from, meeting maybe who God may have for you. Or sometimes getting out may shine a light on yourself, like, man, all this was out there. I've been missing all of this. Oh, let me start traveling more, because maybe that's the aspect that you probably was missing because you never was showing that side. Okay, boom. Now, okay, I'm happy. I got myself together. Now you're going to attract other people. Oh, yeah, I like to travel too. Yeah, now you didn't attracted like-minded people. But, something that caught my attention, Tia Murray, if I'm pronouncing her name right, her husband is divorcing after 14 years. And one thing she said, she was basically married to the illusion. So some person can be broken in the inside. I don't know their situation, I just know that was the post she put. So some people can walk around and wear this mask 24/7 of happiness and be so broken. But guess what? At some point, that balloon gonna explode.
So what I hear you saying is that fake it till you make it phrase need to go out the door.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Because if you unhappy, you're gonna stay unhappy.
Yeah.
And don't put on that show for the outside world. That's the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
Like I say, you putting on a show, you putting on a front for the outsiders, but inside, like you said, them four walls, it could be the confinement of your home, whatever you group yourself and box yourself in, that you just a miserable, angry person, but when others come around, you just, oh, it's all hunky-dory. No. Like we said at the beginning of the show, do that self-analysis. Understand you as a person, and understand this: seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of improvement. It's a sign of me saying, or you saying, "Hey, I have a problem."
Mm-hmm. Because that's first thing, acknowledgement.
I have a problem. Notice what I said. I have a problem. Not we have a problem. Not they have a problem. I have a problem. Self-admitting it. Check self first. Mm-hmm. Then get the steps. Get your steps in order to help yourself. You got to help yourself first. before
Yeah,
you can help others. And that's when that love language starts to come into play. Know
yeah,
yourself, take care of yourself. Once you heal yourself, then you're able to put yourself in the light and say, you know what, I'm a better person. Let me see where my shine takes me.
exactly. Exactly. So that's basically like the law of attraction. It's like the law of mirroring a reflection. So you basically standing here as yourself, broken, wounded, and you walk out into the world and meet this person that's just like you. And when I say just like you, y'all just basically going on in the world, just I don't know, just two, like I said, just two broken people trying to figure it out, and everybody trying to help everybody, but it ain't doing nothing but digging a deeper hole. And like you say, getting counseling, and with counseling, that's gonna help you, I not only identify, but help you to assist in helping you to figuring it out, figuring different ways. And sometimes, boom, so just came to me. Sometimes all it takes is a simple apology
Now
or
you
or forgiving.
now you know, girl. Now you know that's the hardest thing for male species, female species to do
Mm-hmm.
is apologize. If you wrong, you wrong. If you don't agree with something, you don't agree with it. But be man or woman enough to say, hey, I apologize for my part.
Mm-hmm.
It's not making you less than a person. It's not making you guilty. I apologize for the role that I played in the situation.
Exactly. Because the
If,
apology for you to heal, not for them.
and if you two adults, you should be able to walk away from that conversation with a clear mind and a clear heart to move forward. Now, on the flip side, if you're going there with that half-hearted apology, I'm gonna leave it right there, and the person can feel it's not authentic, if they feel it's not real, then y'all gonna be back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody has walked on this earth that's flawless. We all have flaws. No matter how long you walk the face of this earth, no matter what you do in life, you're gonna have a flaw in something you do. You're not perfect. Stop trying to portray the perfect person to portray the perfect role. You make a mistake. I made a mistake. You move on from it. Accept your role in whatever the situation is, whatever's causing the backlog, whatever's causing the roadblock in the situation. Be a man or woman enough to apologize, and I think the road will get easier. And sometimes that other person just need to hear you
Yeah.
because he or she may not even they hear you clarifying statement, but they don't understand what you're saying.
Right. Right. Just because every person has a unique lens that they look through. You know what I'm saying? So we all perceive stuff differently. Like my perception of something may not be your perception of something. And so in turn, that's just a clash ready to happen. We just got to be aware and be able to expect, be able to expect things from a different perspective and be willing to listen. And when you listen and understand, okay, now I see why you acting out. Now I understand
Gotcha,
why I
gotcha.
get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, hey,
that's just allowing that person to, you just opening up to that door or that comfortable space for that person to heal and you be there for them as they walk through their process.
hey,
Because, you can't be good for somebody if you ain't better for yourself.
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, y'all, we getting to the halfway point of the show. Hey, as always, go like, go share that Thought Magazine, hit that like button, comment, interact, drop your questions. Hey, we here for you. We're going to interact back with you. If you got something you want to drop in the chat, if you watching, hey, bring it. We here to open them doors. I always talk about we're going to go through them doors a lot of people don't like to go through. So, yeah. So as we move into the second half of the show, I'm going to ask you, Crystal, this question right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is our relationship still 50-50?
No, I never thought relationships was 50-50.
Okay, come on.
And the reason why I say that is because some days it can be 80-20. Some days you can, I'm just sad. I'm depressed. You can be in the loss of a family member. You can be in the loss of your in between jobs. You could just have a down day. Today I just don't feel it. So guess what? That other person gonna have to pick up the slack that day. Person gonna have to pick up the slack. So that day you giving 20% because you ain't feeling it, and that person giving that 80. That person is bringing all the energy or doing, picking up the extra, washing the dishes, washing the clothes, getting the kids ready. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never say it's 50-50 because it's gonna be days where it's gonna be, give or take, more or less.
So you're saying that percentile change, basically that percentile change it depends on the day. It depends on the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, I'm not getting a relationship unless it's 50-50. Have to be my way or no way or his way or the highway, but you are what you attract.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking about that 50-50, that 80-20, that 60-40, 70-30. We can run all them numbers. So when you go into that relationship, like you say, you are what you attract.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one for you. Can two people coexist in different tax brackets?
That's a good one. I would say they can, but that person has to be secure in themselves in order to accept that person at a different tax bracket and know that the expectations is not going to be on the same level when it comes like financially. Because financially, you may be able to do this, but that other person don't do that. But guess what? The person who don't have that higher tax bracket, they may shine in other areas of the home or of the relationship. So, I mean, if a person has a good heart, they for you, they doing all the rights, everything good. And they may don't have much as you, but they can take you out. But they might could take you out to Red Lobster, but they might can't take you to Ruth Chris. So but their heart is pure, they genuine. But guess what? That person who also too, if you pour into that person, they may even shoot up to that tax bracket because now you see the value in that person. So guess what? If you see that value and you pour into them, man, I know you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I stand with you. What can I do to help you? You know what you want to do? Okay, I'll research it for you.
So what you're saying is, and a lot of folks do this, don't get on that high horse.
Mm-mm.
Males or females, don't get on that high horse. Don't get on that level where you think you're above someone. Because no matter, I could be making 100,000, she could be making 20,000, and we could have the best of relationship. Like
Yeah.
Crystal say, you pour into that person. You're gonna see that person for who they are. You are what you attract.
Exactly.
All right, Miss Keisha been on it tonight. Let's see what she said. The person can't hold it over one's head because they knew what they was going into, the situation both parties have to be understanding about financials. You're absolutely right. But I would say this. Yeah, you're right. That person should never dangle it over your head. It's not a game show. It's not a aha, I got you moment. Hey, I make more than you. You need to listen to what I say. That's what we was talking about when it comes to pouring into that person. No matter if your financial means is here and my financial means is there, I should pour into you to at least bring you up to the level I'm at or get you to a higher level than where you're currently at. And I think if a person, male or female, does it the right way, he or she could bring their partner up. He or she can take that level of what you attract up. Because like I say, it ain't too many people on a certain level meeting everybody on that same level.
Exactly.
It's in today's society, it don't happen. Because I know me and Chris was having a conversation probably about a week or two ago. Man, you remember our parents come along, you hear about somebody making $50,000, that was considered woo.
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal.
Yeah, you was doing it then.
You was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
$50,000 in 2022 that's median.
Yeah.
In some instances, not even median. And you don't know a person's situation before you go off judging them. Like I say, you can be in a grocery store. You dressed to the dime or dressed in your outerwear, whatever, just out there on the stroll. I use me as an example. I approach you looking like Joe Smo. Don't toot your nose up at that person. That person could be where you at or higher than where you at, but you, like you say, you judging that person off what their outer appearance is.
Yeah.
And start having those conversations. Start having those conversations with people, talking to people. Like you said, if you find someone attractive, if you find somebody you have an interest in, conversation.
Conversation rules the nation.
She gave it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing these guessing games and, oh, well, I'm going to go out here and, well, I seen this on this with this post, and I seen that on this post, and I seen this. Man, having them people out there putting that stuff out there ain't number one, they don't have a PhD in nothing they're talking about. They just unheard it from somebody else and they just repeating it. Mm-hmm. Life is the best student, the best teacher to get you where you're trying to go.
Exactly. And all it takes is just a little self-recognition. Just being self-aware of what's going on with yourself and being able to recognize red flags in other people so you're not attracting someone who is going to be non-compatible with you. So I just said having a sense of discernment.
I got one for you. I heard yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to address the lady audience we have. Should a married woman have single friends?
Should a married woman have single friends? Well, as a married woman.
Okay, come on.
I have or had single friends. But the single friends I have and had always were respectful of my relationship. They didn't condone or entertain, you know what I'm saying, or try to persuade what they was doing, onto me. Basically having me act as a single person. So I never had to worry about that because they always gave my relationship the utmost respect. So I don't think it's an issue but you have to set boundaries. No, I can't be hanging out in the club with you 3, 4 in the morning. I'm going out. I'm coming in at a reasonable time because I got to respect my household. And you as my friend, if I call you that, first of all, because if I call you that, I think highly of you.
And fellas, that go for us too. Y'all thought, y'all know I wasn't gonna let us off the hook. Hey, you in a relationship, you got to change your ways, bro. You got to change your ways. Them days when you were single and you out there clubbing Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. You are what you attract. Mm-hmm. You got to show some attention at home.
Yeah. And then if you know you broken, you ain't fully ready to commit, you're not fully ready to love, because you in an empty space of loving yourself and learning how to care for yourself, or not truly knowing who self is, then don't even jump out there in these relationships. Don't even put yourself on the dating block, or go ahead and, because you liking this woman, go ahead and address, or you liking this man, go ahead and address him or entertain it, knowing you ain't even fully prepared. Like, don't even do it. Take that time to just, all right, let me get myself together. So boom, what Miss Keisha say?
Miss Keisha on it tonight. As a single woman, I can definitely say I've been around women who are married, and they respect, the respect definitely has to be there. Has to be boundaries between all parties because you have to. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to understand that the person is married and that they can't do the things that you do. And most definitely, you're exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. Yep, yeah, it has to be boundary set. It has to be. Yep.
Now, since we still talking, we don't open these doors.
Mm-hmm.
What you feel about these online dating sites? Can you
It's
help?
scary. I would say they scary. I don't think I can never put myself on one, because you never know who you meeting. Like, so I mean, you got sex trafficking, you got weirdos, murderers. You just don't know what you got. So, like, not, I ain't gonna put the person name out there, but I have had a family member to meet someone like that, and their relationship is still ongoing, married and successful.
Hey,
But for me, I'm just scared. If I have to be in that situation, I wouldn't go that route. Only because, I mean, it's just the world's so crazy right now. I'll be scared somebody gonna choke me up.
and it's funny you say that because I'm gonna say, because it goes back to the topic. You are what you attract, so you don't know who you talking to behind that screen.
Mm-mm.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, we all done seen MTV Catfish and all that, but nowadays there's so much technology where you should be able to see that person face to face, even if y'all in different states, even if y'all in the same state, different cities within that state. There are so many means, but just because a person throw a profile up, hey, I'm ABCDFG,
Mm-hmm.
you really don't know what you're attracting
Right.
because you don't put ABCD up. Oh, let me study Crystal profile. Okay, she like this. So let me go over here and be a subject matter expert on A. Oh, she like B. Oh, let me go be a subject matter on B. So you're kind of giving yourself away to what you think you want to attract, but you really attracting could be the total opposite.
Right.
Because
Or
I don't took enough time to study you and look at your profile and say, oh, check, check, check.
yeah. Or two, do you stick with what you comfortable with? Say like us, we prior military, so we done been around the world. So do we go reach back in our hometown because, quote unquote, oh, I know what they about. I know what I'm getting into because they from home, so I'm comfortable with the men that, or a woman that's from my hometown, rather than exploring getting somebody that's new. Or do you stick with what you comfortable with because you feel like you know?
You finna open up some doors. Now you finna open up them doors. I will say this: being traveling around the world, like you said, being exposed, never was sheltered, never stuck in one place. I think it gives you a different perspective
Mm-hmm.
because you may be comfortable, like you say. What that little saying is, well, at least I know the person. I'm comfortable with this person. I know his family. She know my family. It could
Right.
be a good thing,
Yeah.
and it could be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get that spectrum get broader when it shouldn't be broad with someone you know, but it actually gets broader because everyone is going to be in your business.
Mm-hmm.
So while you, as they would say, you want that homegrown talent, you might have to take your talent to South Beach. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you got to look at it and say, what's best for you. Yeah, everybody want to be comfortable. Oh, I've known such and such since, elementary. I've known such and such since high school.
Yeah, but
Um,
12-year-old Tyrone is not 35-year-old Tyrone.
Bingo. I
Oh,
was waiting on that one. Hey, uh, 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 Tasha from high school ain't Tasha, ain't adult Tasha. You know what I'm saying? So it's the level of attraction, it's the level of understanding, it's the level of saying, you know what, we might have worked 20 years ago, but we're adults now.
exactly.
Or as you start to venture out and you grow, you say, you know what, maybe we didn't approach ourselves the way we should have back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, that spectrum gets broad because everybody wants something they used to. I think for male and female, that's a natural moment.
Yeah.
You comfortable. That person knows you. You know that person. Well, excuse me, y'all think y'all know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you say, I got some friends of mine, high school sweethearts, married, kids, often doing great things. But I do have some friends in the same venture that was high school sweethearts or dated or called each other liking, as old folk would say, liking each other. And it was a disaster.
Right. Right. We can let's laugh a little bit. Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get, especially with these dating sites. Excuse the verbiage, but you're right though, for real.
It's a
You
crapshoot.
know.
It, 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 that's what it is. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, because
But it,
they can wind it down. You get this person like, oh, this the one. Man, do everything for the first 3 months. Then that fourth month come, be crazy as all our dogs. Be having all kind of attachment issues, stalkerish, and
lip poked out, don't know what they done got themselves into.
okay,
Like I say, and two, understand that it's okay. It's okay that if you attract someone, y'all don't work. It's okay to move on. Understand that if you enter like I said, I think we said it last show, you enter a marriage 5, 10, 15 years, and it don't work, it's okay.
it's an experience. What they say, everybody is not there for a season. Some people is there for temporary, and when they there temporary, they only there to teach you a lesson. If you just look back at all your past relationships, each one of them taught you a lesson. They either taught you a lesson to do things a different approach and do things a different way, to be more understanding, compassionate, listen, or what you don't want in the next relationship. It's always a lesson.
And me as a male, I know I made plenty of mistakes along the way. I mean, and so and to my fellas out there, bro, we have to get together and get our little circle. The ladies they get their little groups and talk. We have to talk too. We got that's one thing we have to do. We got to bring that brotherhood back when we come to the table and we talk about, because y'all know we do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, but y'all know we do some crazy stuff, and then we get mad about the stuff that we do, but we did it. Self ownership.
Yeah.
It's self ownership. We can do we can do some crazy stuff. So it takes us to say, you know what, hey man, and be that associate in that circle to say, hey man, that was jacked up what you did.
Right.
You ain't have to treat old girl like that. We have to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
As we get older in life, you know what I'm saying? We can't do what we used to do back in the day, 20, 25 years ago. We know it was fun and games. We all know it was fun and games. Ha ha ha, he. Once you get to that upper echelon of your life and you go into the adulthood and you say you're a real man, we got to start back treating our ladies how they're supposed to be treated. And when you present yourself, present who you are.
Right. Because it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to show emotions. You coming up like for the men. Uh You don't supposed to be crying. You supposed to be tough. Why not? So now you in this relationship being tough. And she like, well, dang, what? Open up.
Guilty, guilty,
Yeah.
guilty. Hey, but you know, what you just said, it hits home because you know we always talk, man. Hey,
Yeah.
boy, you better not be out there crying. And most of us, boy, like I say, me, fellas, we got to, boy, we'll hold that stuff in, boy. You know, until it's something significant that's gonna break it down, because something gonna break it down. One of these days, something gonna break it down. But
Damn.
that affection, like you are what you attract. That affection, she may be looking to see that side of you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be soft at home, but when you go out that door, you know you poke your chest back out. You let them know. But that woman don't need that woman don't need Debo 24/7.
Exactly.
No, no, I'm too. Hey, fellas, we gotta. As what them kids say these days, you gotta pipe that down a little bit. All that machismo. When you
Yeah.
go outside and it's time for it, all get out. We understand. It's,
Exactly. Exactly. We thank y'all for rocking with us. Y'all could have been doing anything else today, but y'all rocking with us this evening. We sure appreciate y'all. Continue to like, share, comment, join in, chat with us. Bring your debates, your rebuttals, all that good stuff. We
hey, like you say,
appreciate it.
we here. We not subject matter expert. I like to say one thing about us: we life expert, and we still learning. We still going through this journey of life. Like I
Mhm.
say, none of us sitting right here, we're perfect. Never profess to be perfect. But what
Exactly.
we do is we've taken that step to say, you know what, we're gonna open these doors. We're gonna expose ourselves and make ourselves vulnerable. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
We open them doors that we always talk about behind closed doors, but we don't necessarily never open them and say, you know what, self accountability. What,
Exactly.
what what are you attracting? Are you portraying the wrong image? And,
Mm-hmm.
and like I say, nobody's telling you, male or female, to dummy yourself down, to dress down, but just govern yourselves accordingly so you know what you're trying to attract and you're not portraying the wrong image. That's all we're saying with this message tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's it.
That's it. That's all. And if the load get too heavy, don't be afraid to walk away. Because if somebody come to you, your significant other, and y'all just in the beginning phase of a relationship, and they open up and they say, "Well, you know what? I've been molested as a child. I'm still dealing with that." And that's male or female. Males most of the time, it seems like they like it. Like they be like, I didn't met some men, and I guess they just feel like, oh, it was an older woman who taught me. But I guess that's somewhere else. But
That's that. That's that machismo moment. We got to. That's a notch in our belt.
yeah, so it's
But I
like,
feel what you're saying. All seriousness.
yeah. So if somebody come to you and say, "Hey, I have these issues I need to fix," it's okay to say, you know what? But even being you are deeply in love with them, it's okay to say, you know what? Let's take a break. Let's put this relationship on pause while you get yourself together, and I'll work on whatever issues I have. And maybe when we figure it out from our own personal standpoint, you might can get back with that person and become a whole power couple.
Mm-hmm.
And last umpteen years. But it's all about each individual person acknowledging that when they have something that they battling to, address it, accept it, and figure out how to, whether with help, counseling, life coach, figure out how to, build and become a better person and release it.
And ladies, as Rotimi would say, ladies, hey, it's okay. Every brother ain't the past brother from your past. Let
Mm-hmm.
let 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 that guard down just a little bit, because you could be so standoffish that it become unattractive.
Taking that old baggage into a new relationship.
No, hey, release, flush it. When that new person approach you, take them at face value. We're not saying take the whole guard down. Let that person approach you and you accept him at face value to say, you know what? I'm not going to judge you for the past. I'm not going to hold on to that what they say. I'm not holding on to that baggage. I'm not toting all them old bags into this newfound what I'm trying to find, because that can be a major turnoff. And not just for the males, females and males. It could be a major turnoff. What someone did to you, don't take it to the next relationship. Don't take it to the next potential relationship. Find yourself, take a deep woosah, take a deep breath, and let your guard down a little bit. That person's going to show you who they really are. It's a matter of time. It will be shown.
Exactly. You won't, because, and two, I'll say this: happiness is temporary, peace is everlasting.
Ooh, okay. Say that one more time. I don't think they say that one more time for our viewers out there.
Happiness is temporary, peace is everlasting.
Hey, we could drop the mic right there. I think she said a mouthful. That last quote right there was a mouthful. Hey, but once again, we getting on those closing minutes, that closing hours. Man, we thank y'all. Like you say, on a Wednesday, y'all could have been anywhere else. Y'all tuned in with us. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to Thought Magazine. I will tell y'all, we got some heavy hitters coming soon. Y'all know it's almost tax season. We got a tax expert coming. Financial aid for your kids. We got a financial director coming in, gonna come live from a top HBCU. Someone I hold dear to my heart that I call a friend that I have known from childhood, that has climbed that ladder. And when I say she's a boss, she's a boss. So these next upcoming episodes, man, get your pens, get your pencils out. Hey, get your record out, get your share button. Hey,
no,
we gonna bring it. We told y'all we gonna open them doors that we talk about, but it's always a lot of talk. I got the credit lady on speed dial. Florida just had the hurricane whirlwind now. I made a few phone calls to her. She's coming. Get your stuff out. Entrepreneurship, ownership, land ownership, real estate. We coming. We gonna bring it. I promise you.
Coming.
You don't want to miss.
We gonna have deep conversations, but we here to educate as well. And if we can pass on information for free, that's what we gonna do. We're gonna do it to the best of our ability.
Ms. Thomas, we appreciate you. Like I say, you tuned in. You've been with us in episode 1, 2, and 3. You're here now, so hey, keep rocking with us.
Much love.
Telling y'all, hey, once again, the topic was you are what you attract. Put yourself in a great space, because you don't know what you could attract or who you could attract.
Mm-hmm.
You may not hit a home run the first time. I'm gonna use old sports analogy. You may have to get that bunt, and those that know baseball, you may have to put that bunt down. You take that bunt, then you turn it into a single. You take that single and turn it into a double. Take that double, turn it into a triple. Take that triple, inside the park home run. You take that inside the park, outside the park home run. It's about stages. It's about building yourselves up. I'm saying, don't portray yourself on the images or just for likes and someone who you're really not. Adjust your crown, fellas. Adjust your shoulders. Give yourself a take of who we are, who you are, and govern yourselves accordingly. Crystal, we got any last thoughts on it?
That's it. It's okay to hit that reset button. That's it. That's all. We said, we appreciate y'all taking y'all time out, rocking with us today. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna come with more topics. If y'all have any topics y'all want us to address or talk about, hit our inbox, Crystal Flowers.
Hey, I'm on Facebook, Joe Mack. You can find me.
Yeah.
You can find me. I'm on all of the social media, Joe Mack _305. We'll put up next time so y'all really can follow us. Hey, we open them doors. That's our saying. We open them doors that we always don't. Some folks be scared to open, but we're gonna open them doors and talk about it. It's all about life experiences. We always say we're not subject matter expert, we're life experts. Mm-hmm. And we still on this journey walking day by day.
Exactly. And on that note, when life talks, and we out.
Peace and love, everybody.